In today's whiteboard leadership moment, I want to talk about one of the lids that we hit very often in ministry, and it's the one sometimes it's unexpected and sometimes it's expected. It's circumstances. When I say it's expected, it could be someone who is pregnant and knows they have 9 months to prepare for a new normal in their life, or it could have been a car accident or a death in the family or some sort of physical or emotional challenge that someone's faced. Our personal circumstances very often are a lid to our ministry leadership. And so what I want to talk about today is how you as a leader can help that person, and also want to talk to the person who's going through those challenges and how to adjust life and expectations accordingly to those things. So let's talk to the leader first. And so when it comes to circumstances, you've got an employee, you've got someone who works for you they're not living up to your expectations. You know, disappointment is the difference between expectations and experience, and you're disappointed in them. And so I'm just going to encourage you to listen, to seek to understand before being understood. A lot of times we go into situations and we just tell the employee, "This is what I expect from you." But it's so much more important to love first and lead second, and always do both. And so you go into the conversation saying, help me understand what's happened in your life. There's something there. You may find out that their health is not good, or something happened in their family, or some other thing. And so seek to understand. In other words, have compassion and clarity perfectly tensioned with each other. Clarify what the issue is, and have a heart of compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience. And then diagnose before you prescribe. And this is a part of the help me understand conversation, but a whole lot of times we just hear a few things and then we immediately say, well, this is what you need to do. And I'm just going to say, slow down, take a little time, maybe have more than one conversation about this, because if it's a big issue, maybe there's a death in the family, or trouble in the marriage, or a kid that's misbehaving in the family, something like that, it's going to take more than one hard-nosed conversation to figure out exactly what needs to happen in order for them to move forward. There's going to have to be an adjustment in their heart as well as their time and their life, and you as a leader have to help them walk through that. Third is that once you've listened, once you've been compassionate, once you've heard the whole story, and that's when you begin to communicate your expectations. Now, when I say your expectations, I'm talking about having a conversation with them about, well, with your new normal, what is it that you can and can't do? What are your limitations? I'd love to get both of you on the same page so that there's not disappointment. There's not a difference between expectations and experience in your future. And so both come to a place where you agree, and not just agree, but write it down. Make sure you both have it. And I would encourage you as a leader, once you have the conversation, write it down. Have them acknowledge it, send it to them in email or a text or whatever, but have documentation for it. But then send them an encouragement. Tell them you're praying for them. Tell them you want them to win. Tell them you want them on the team. Encourage them so they can break through. A lot of times when people get through difficult circumstances or in circumstances, they always doubt themselves. They always doubt their ability because their emotions are tied up in this other thing. And you want them to really grow in their ministry. Make sure you encourage them and coach them and challenge them, but do a good mixture of loving and leading in that. And then provide help to develop a new normal. Let me just give you the ideas of what to do with the person. So I'm going to go to this side of the board. There's a guy named Bruce Miller who wrote a book about rhythms in life. And I'm just going to encourage you to check out Bruce Miller and these rhythms. And he talked about how life is full of kairos moments and chronos moments. Kairos was the idea of opportunity. Kairos was a Greek god that had a ponytail in the front, had long hair in the front, but was bald in the back. And the idea he had wings, he was flying, and you had to grab him as he was coming because he was opportunity. And then chronos was Father Time, this old person sitting with a sundial and couldn't move very much and was very methodical. And this is the idea of Bruce Miller's book is, listen, you have kairos moments, you have chronos disciplines. And so in the kairos moments, the first thing you have to do, so you're pregnant and you plan to run a marathon, you have to release expectations, or you have some sort of medical issue, you have to release the expectations, both the boss and the employee, release them and say, okay, we have to redefine those things. Second, when you have a kairos moment, sometimes it's a good moment. Sometimes this is an opportunity for you to go at a different level, and you have to seize opportunities. in those times. For example, someone may have had knee surgery, and the opportunity is them to empower other people on the team. The responsibility of leaders is not to do the job, it's to make sure the job is done. And God may give you the opportunity to empower others, to train others, to encourage others, so that when you come back to full health, you've got a group of people who can do what you do, and you're just going to go to a different level as a ministry. And then finally, anticipate what's next. Always look to the future. Don't just get caught up in the moment. Make sure that you can see next steps and how to either get back to where you were or how to go beyond or change directions of where you were planning to head. On the chronos side, kairos is opportunity. Chronos is rhythms, it's disciplines. There should be an ability to pace yourself. You cannot go at the same speed you were going when you were fully healthy, or you cannot go at the same speed you were going when this situation wasn't a part of your life and part of your countenance and your heart. And so you have to figure out what is a sustainable pace. Questions about sustainability are so important in crisis circumstance. And then you need to build rituals. By rituals, I mean disciplines, reminders, milestones, moments that encourage you. Here's the thing that I do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. Here's the thing I do with my family, with my friends, with my teammates, with my boss. What are the rituals that you need to set up in order to create this new normal for you, where you're moving forward at a good, strong, sustainable pace? And then finally, you need to oscillate work and play. It's so common for people when they get behind in work just to drive work ahead for a season, and they're totally exhausted for the next season. Again, sustainability, discipline, those things are focused on in this area. So if you're going through some personal circumstances right now, where are you? What do you need to work on? Is it the opportunities you need to take advantage of, or is it the disciplines that you need to add to your life and to write them down, to set goals, to make sure that you share it with your boss or share it with a friend, somebody who can encourage you to move forward in these things? Listen, all of us go through situations in life, circumstances in life that are difficult, but I know that God will lead you through whatever you're going through in this moment. This has been a Converge Whiteboard Leadership Moment. To learn more about Converge or to join us, check out converge.org.